Time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah.
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're you and me. You're you and me. You could be around, but
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're you and me. You're you and me. You could be around, but you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're you and me. You're you and me.
you could be around, but
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're you and me. You're you and me. Said, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you only believe in me,
you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're you and me. You're you and me. You could be around, but
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're you and me. You're you and me.
Hello, everybody! Haha! Joke's on all of you. Y'all thought, oh, we're gonna have another food podcast today. No. We won't be having another food podcast today because I ate my co-hosts. They're gone. They're not here and no one can disprove this fact. Hi, how you doing? Man, whenever anyone just isn't here now, I'm going to be using that. Just, I ate my co-host. That's a... I think that's a good alternative to whatever the hell other excuses I might come up with. Would I ever tell you the truth? Probably not. Will you ever know what it means by I ate my co-hosts? Who knows? How you all doing, everybody? How was your week? Happy Sunday. It's time for everyone to reap the benefits of enjoying Shad the co-host diet. That's gonna be a pretty short-lived diet if all I can eat is my co-hosts. Do I count as my own co-host? Do I count as an infinitely, powered machine? Can I eat myself to power myself? Is this a possibility? No. Fuck you mean no? You think I can't do it? I can probably do it. Think I can't? Well, we'll see about that. I'll start by eating my fucking finger. Ah! Okay, so that didn't work. That didn't work. But, you know what will work? My voice cracking. My voice cracking may or may not work. Okay, so real talk, I have honestly been widely considering the podcast idea, and I've just been kind of thinking on it a little bit, workshopping some ideas. I need to talk to people, and that is probably the hardest part. So one of these days we will. What the fuck is going on with my monitor? Hold on a minute. Let me just what is going on here? Okay. Now it still doesn't look right. It looks too close now. What did I do? What did I do with my monitor that it... This whole thing looks off now. My whole setup feels like it doesn't quite work. You know? This feels like something. I don't know what it feels like, but it feels like some. I know I asked this already, but how's your week been, everybody? Hope you've been having a good, jolly week. Because if it wasn't jolly, you know who's going to come and kick you in the coal. That's right, it's
Dex!
old... What the fuck? How did... Huh? Rambo, what the fuck? How did you even do that? Hello, Shatter Thy Hog. Wecklum, hope you're having a good day. How did... But why did... But how did that work? I don't... Okay. I won the 50-50. That is not a 50-50. That is a 75-25. To who? I have no fucking idea. But, I have come to a conclusion. So, I don't know, if this quite... Hold on, I need to fix my fucking mic. Okay. There we go. Is that working still? Can you hear me? It's showing up on the little visualizer thingy, so I'm assuming it's working. So, I have come to a bit of a conclusion. There was a point in my childhood where I had what could be what was called alphabet soup. However, now hear me out here. I didn't have the soup part, I only really ate the noodles. Actually, no, I didn't. Oh shit, no, I just remembered how I actually ate alphabet soup. Oh fuck, that's crazy. As I was doing the motion, it's like, it feels weird for there to be liquid in this bowl that I'm imagining. No, we drained the fucking liquid, so all I had was just raw noodles. I didn't even have the fucking soup part. Okay, so I did promise there'd be less soup, but like, that fucking nostalgic little hit of what I can only consider like a core memory being unlocked in my brain just hit me full force. Like, nah, you are feeling this all of your fucking fathomness. You're just feeling it. Yeah. Shad interrogating his parents, and they were like, yeah, you drained to soup. No. It wasn't even me interrogating anyone. It was just me remembering how the fuck I ate this one thing that even might be considered soup adjacent. It's like, no. So I still have never had soup, because it's like, I would eat mouthfuls of this shit when I was younger, and it's just like, no, there was no liquid in that. And if there was, it was like barely any, not enough to be called a soup. Oh, God. Yeah, so, anyway, moving on. This has definitely been a very, informative couple of Disco Elysium stream. This has been the week of soup, hasn't it? This entire week has just been talking about fucking soup. Dear God. Dear God. But how do you guys wanna feel like this a little bit of Disco Elysium? You wanna deal with this corpse problem that we've uncovered, you know, for shits and giggles? So like, you want me to play the video game on the video stream? Or do you just want to sit here and talk about soup for the next 2 hours? Like, I can do it with the Disco Elysium title in the background. I just don't know if it would be very entertaining for the people who came by afterwards to watch. I mean, if it was, it's definitely even more reason for me to just open up a fucking podcast. But, you know. But yes, so what we're, like, until people tell me stop playing the game, Shad, I hate it when you play video games. I'm just gonna go in and fucking play. Cause we saw something last time and we kinda just stopped fucking with it. Look, there's a corpse here. We should, oh yeah, we did talk about the man a little bit. A man lies on the boardwalk. His limbs bent. I'm bored even though I can play any game I want that I have. Rambo? I know the exact game that you should play that'll make you feel unbored. You should go and play Pathologic HD. That game will make sure you're never bored again. No thanks? Listen, all I'm saying is you're complaining about being bored, but come on, you should know that that game will mess you up. It has. Orb Ponderer, I don't know, you're fairly new, right, Orb Ponderer? Did you come in here when I was playing Pathologic? Did you see any of that madness? 'Cause, it messed me up. It messed me up pretty fucking bad. It was a game. And I think that's all I can really say about it. Right, Corpse on the Boardwalk. Hi, sir. How are you? Nah, I did not. I have never played it. The H-Bomber Guy review wasn't up. The H-Bomber Guy review does not do enough justice to how bad that game gets. Which game made you rage the most? Rage? I don't get mad. That's the problem. Not at video games. Like, I got disappointed in Dust and Elysian Tale to not finish it. I don't know if that was counting as rage. Like, I don't really get mad. I play up my emotions for a little laugh, but I've never really gotten mad enough to, like, at a game. Yeah, no, I don't think I have. Like, even both Jump King and Getting Over It weren't really bad enough to make me rage. I just needed a break. I'm gonna have to go back to Jump King at some point, aren't I? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I never finished Jump King. Who is this man? Yeah. What do you mean no comment on that, Rambo? Which possible games could I have gotten mad at that you miraculously fucking know about? What is this comment that you refuse to make? Come on, hit me with it. Show me what you're made of. Hmm? Come on. Come on. Show me. Come on. I wanna see it. Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come over here. You don't just walk over here. He looks to the south the way you... I mean, we did. Oh, I thought John asked in general forever. I mean, oh! I mean, no. Hit me with the game that made you rage quit the most. Like, I'm interested. You know what? Fuck it. Everyone, hit me with the game that hits you with the... Wow, no. Damn. That's fine. Well, just imagine it's... you know what? You raged against Strip Solitaire. I mean, you can answer it too, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Since Rambo doesn't want to answer, I'm gonna answer for him. He rage quit on Strip Solitaire. You do not want to know the dark side of games. Strip Solitaire. I keep saying this. I don't play that. Well, I mean, you haven't given any other evidence to say otherwise, so. But that's just lazy assumption. What do you think? A dead working class man, a bottle in his hand. Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is. Me, I know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband, dead on a boardwalk. The woman you met at the bookstand? He looks at the bundle of flesh and rags lying on the ground. Why do you think it's her husband? The leather jacket? Matches the description. Bottles all around. Library card? He was supposed to return a missing book? Oh, was he? I forget. Oh, 1 second. Okay, so it's probably his library card, but we also didn't look at his library card, so library card. I can't see a book. The lieutenant pats his pocket, so he took the book to the library and then came here and thought, I'll have one. I'll have one drink before I go home. The view from the lookout is beautiful. Damn it. He's definitely someone's husband. The lieutenant points to the golden ring on the man's left hand. The flesh around it is swollen and pale. The flesh around it is swollen and pale. I try to remember a game that made me rage quit. I remember some straight PS1 games I rented. Oh yeah, those the experimental time. What do you think happened here? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. Could it be related to the lynching? Do you think he was drunk? Point at the bottle. What about the kebab? Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. Right. I don't think it's related to the lynching. 3? What about the kebab? What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. He shrugs. It's probably from a nearby place. Maybe in the pucks. Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab. Could it be related to the lynching? No. I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as simple. Albeit sad accident unrelated to the murder case. Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But let's keep it simple for now. Do you think he was drunk? Oh, yes, Lieutenant. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure? Some symptoms of too acute alcohol poisoning could definitely have played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. Maybe he murdered that kebab. What do you mean murdered that kebab? Like, killed the animal or thing and then skewered its meat and then cooked it up on a kebab? Or do you mean he murdered that kebab is like there's nothing left of that kebab? He ate everything, stick included. That shit's all over his shirt. This boardwalk is dangerous. They'll seal this place off after the news has reached the coalition officials. I doubt that they will have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep city council's hands clean. He smiles sourly. Right! It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure. Although, there's still a question of identifying the body. What should we do with him? From where I stand, I can see two options. Either we take the case and follow its leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. Hold on, what about field autopsy? Oh, we found him. I think we should finish this. I'm drinking, Orb Ponder. Hold on, what about field autopsy? A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal. And it looks like this is a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. Yeah, but isn't this kind of sloppy? You're right. I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that. But we could be doing so much more. Maybe, but we really don't have time or resources to spare. The guys at the processing will take care of the rest. I still need some time to decide. I want to check out that library card. No need to rush. Well, we found the wife. We found the widow's husband. Help Ravers. Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay. I see. We should check out that library card. Folded library card. Interact. Yes, give me. A library card is folded in two and slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads Central Jamrock Public Library, issued to Billy Majin. Expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member. Look inside. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. M. Theobald? Theobald? How the hell do you pronounce this name? This name. Theobald? Theobald. Library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be a sci-fi genre. Some thrillers, too. Alright, let's look at the back. If lost, please return to the library card to library. Dial or visit us at Monroe Street. 8 business hours, 9 to 18. We should first decide what we do with the body before any other actions. Let's take a look at the body and talk things through. Okay. Good enough. I am taking the case. What do we do with him? Let's take the case. Alright, we've already examined the library card. Let's call the Gemlock Library from Machinima. See if we can learn anything about this Billy Machin. And while we're here, we should also call the station. Let them know we're taking the case. Yay! Should also probably report to that lady. Who had a hard name to say? The corpse. The corpse had a really hard name to say. Alright, so we have figured out some stuff. Let's keep exploring. There's a lot of stuff over here that we can go and take a look at. And by a lot of stuff, I mean, oh, wait, no, there's a path. Oh, we found a, what the fuck? Excuse me? There's a hole up there? What? Bars cover these long, dusty windows. The remnants of windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. It must have been like this for 40 years. Let's try to see inside. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow from a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars they're forming with, and a small layer of white salt from the sea. Lieutenant, can you make out what's on the inside? No. He shakes his head. The windows rattle in their frames. I won't even try, you know. He takes off his glasses. He takes his glasses off. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes. Because he had to show me things. It was that bad. This partner of his Eyes things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Didn't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk? Can you still shoot, though? Well, enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting course 7 out of 10. Aww. That's neat. There's a fucking person over here? What? We should probably save so we don't say anything really, 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 really silly. Hey, what's this? Field electrician. Oh, electrical R&D. Huh. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has been peeled off over the years, but you can still make out field electrical R&D. Neat. Oh, there's stuff here. Another power box charges nothing now. It's empty. What's it? $1.17! Holy shit! Fence blocks the path. No way here. Hey, Archon, how you doing? Welcome. What's good? What's good in Archon Town? Okay, hold on. We gotta open this shit up. Whoo! $5! And ooh, health pot. Nice. All right. Putting my bag back on. There's a lot of people out here. My girlfriend is arguing with someone. Well, yeah. What are they arguing about? And is it Ikuru? Yo, we dining good tonight? Yeah. The hustle is so real. And Mikhail, notice the windows, especially how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. A blonde man stands next to his son, pointing at the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles. He's involved with it, of course. Ikuru is just being a little devil, being on no one's side. I can appreciate being the troll. You, officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez. I'm Trent Hildsman. He turns to the lieutenant. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about the building. Not a lot of people realize that the historic significance of the very rich hypertext. Nice to meet you. The lieutenant nods. Hold on, hypertext? Wait, what was that before about the windows? Hold on, hypertext? Yes, hypertext, he says if it's self-evident. John Carp in the collection of cultural hyperlinks. Oh boy. Well, Archon, you can either tell me about the, he says, oh, sorry, Galaxy won't understand. It's not in Honkai Star Rail terms about everything to my GF. That's... Oh, come on. I had to explain a Persona 3 joke in Honkai Star Rail terms? Just play Persona 3! It's a good fucking video game! What about the windows? Oh yes, so Macau. They had to deal with a monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then, that was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall. You and Kim know each other? No, I can't say that we met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hello to the officers. He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching his worm-themed coloring book. So he sent a gif of Sparkle from Honkai Star Rail with a gun shooting herself with a caption Persona 3. That is not what Persona 3 is about in the slightest. That is very dumb. Very, very dumb. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play with Grad-made adventure programs. We've been getting really into worms lately. The man speaks of an artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows. Am I doing the right voice for that then? It's fine. It's just play Persona 3. It's a good fucking game, man. Oh. Man. But I assume you're not here for giant worms. when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West. He points to the building again. This man is your half-brother. You feel it, but why? What? Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. Orbit's programming language was the name of its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cyber technician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries. What's so fascinating about an empty old building? You look like someone who has money. Do you have money? Why is 2 an option? Fuck it, Weeball. I do have some money, yes, but it's not really important here. He brushes it off like it's nothing at all. Good for you. He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you're just profiling. No, I mean, come on. You need the money. It's not a thing. He can give you some. No. We can't get any money. He's he's not gonna give us 10 cents. Look at our money. We're at 69.59. We need to find 10 cents somewhere. Literally, if we can get 10 cents somewhere, then we are golden. We can't lose this opportunity. I don't want your money. We have a golden series of money. I don't want your money. I'm just profiling. Of course, detective. I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact, he looks up his eyes again, playful hint shining in his eyes. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on criminal profiling in the former socialist states. Have you read it? If you're not, if not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, just for the theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. He squeezes his son's shoulder tightly. You were saying? What's so fascinating about an empty old building? Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. He raises his hands to his eyes, the springtime sun warming his handsome face. All 4 of you turn to admire the mural before you. We have a lot of people, what a lot of people know is this used to be an R&D department of Field Electrical, and Field, which now sells ink cartridges, mostly was once a top dog in the turn of the century cybernetics boom. Look at the building overlooking you. Look at the building. It looks old and weathered, with the seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Brushing bushy undergrowth has taken a hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some of the birds have set up nests on the broken windowsill. I don't think I've ever heard of this, Field Electrical. That's not surprising. Only vestigial ink cartridges and ferrotape manufacturers remain. He adjusts his suit jacket. They started out as Midway Electronics out of 2 centuries ago. An aggressive move to Revachol Field became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, that place. Yeah, that one. That one. He gestures toward the building. But Field had an ace up their sleeve, or should they say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. He grins. I'm mixing metaphors here. What was an ace? What was that ace? And why did they not like anyone? Oh. It was here, in this building of matinees. Possibly this very building. They developed prototypes for? He paused for effect. A tape computer. A what? An elegant folding mechanisms of rollers and ferrotape ribbons. Portable enough to take it home. Solution, revolutionizing business machines. Possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today The giant's like, I see it, and ZAM! Haven't achieved yet. He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced. What happened? Indeed. What?
The revolution. The revolution?
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve. Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it into the market. He nods. Fields move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and exported those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. He pauses, pointing to the other buildings, then continues. All of it was built by Field, and even the boardwalk Wind Peninsula built in Martinez is a proper resort in the middle of their market. The Field built this side of town for R&D. You're saying that Field Electrical built this boardwalk? What happened to the engineers, company people? What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers? I wanted to ask something else. Yeah, let's go down the list. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war. What the fuck's a pleasure wheel? I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of things a pleasure wheel can be. I don't think I want to know what any of them are. A pleasure wheel? The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas raising to the sky. Oh, is it a Ferris wheel? Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory? It's clear he would prefer if there was a big wheel lighting up the coast. Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez is nothing but reeds before Field arrived, and then they had to make a prospect of living here attractive. Fun fact, I don't feel like shit no more. Let's go, Max. I'm glad you're feeling better. It was supported by becoming a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. What happened to the engineers? Why'd they die? Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. He smiles again, as if he's somehow personally responsible for this bleak turn of events. What? Okay. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers, he means that the boys got shot by the communists. The boys were bourgeoisie. You know, I don't think we're the type of... Listen, we want to be the superstar cop that everyone loves. Telling little boys about what the bourgeoisie is probably a bad idea. Tape computers. Right. Tape computers. He nods, wind tussling his suit jacket. What all the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? They use them for military communication, he says. Well, his son looks up idly, chewing on the corner of his worm-themed coloring book. But also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example of Le Derelict de Mars. What was that? What is the March Decree? I mean, the radio computer transmission sent out to every news agency in the world. Governments by a newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. A short-lived logistics foundation for a short-lived utopia. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol and her own political concept album. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Muggy here to memorize it. He looks at his son, who starts to giggle, his face hidden behind the book. Tried to. For someone who's too much interested in worms to be paying any attention. How they work? Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it they're very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. He raised a finger. Resembling something. Buckle up. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing. I guess you could say I was a space consultant for an exhibit at the Wumpty Dumpty Dom. The what? Center for Verified. It raised the same questions. We had a lengthy discussion with Paul Ackerman, who was a creator, who was a curator at the time. He was before the twins, Keith and Guy Juice, joined the team, trying to... He did it. He said, Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. I know, right? What the fuck? Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, Paul Ackerman, Keith and Guy. What are you talking about? The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. There it is again, those words. The exhibition drew on Ledgerman's notation of memory, so there was some parallels with what a curator Paul Ackerman chose to. You're making this up. He's making this up. Oh, come on, there is no place called the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center of Arts. You're making this up. Kim, he's making this up. We did not gain a thought called the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. What do you mean? There is a thought called the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. Oh, boy. In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, he says casually, is a place you can visit if you're ever in Verdford and have ever marketed for an exhibition of space/contemporary arts research center. He clears his throat. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself is very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting and perform operations and produce an output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing. Made of black film and folding tape structures. I got cooler thing. I've seen cooler things like that. Cool! The RCMs should get some of those. Cool! Very cool, he agrees. Though I understand the socio-economic cause of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did, and the field playback experiments vanished into the fires of 07. We can probably guess why their bourgeoisie wanted to break it and shit. You know. Never too early to learn about the bourgeoisie. It's a little too early to learn about the bourgeoisie. Just a little bit, you know? I'm also eating dinner, so if you hear any, like, chomping and chewing, that is why. Okay, so hold on. What were the field? I need to up the volume. Hold on. Options. Music volume. Let's up all of this a little bit. There we go. I don't think that helped any. Is it potato? No comment. Wait, the experiment? Yes, officials named the name of the prototype. Some sources report that the field playback experiments, but those were incorrect. Okay, so why'd they break it? Who knows? Maybe it was an accident. Or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All three versions of the prototype, nothing but debris and the ashes that remains inside this building. He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. I want to ask something else. But of course, what else? He smiles, ruffles his kid's hair. No, I want to hear that again. No, I don't. Great, thanks. No, thank you for having me and little Michael here to pick your brain. Very interesting conversation indeed. Pick your brain. If anything was rather one-sided, he did all the talking. Whatever. Interesting. We definitely we have a lot of levels. Jesus. Okay, so... Well, this is definitely a interesting little discovery. There are some people out here. Hold on. Oh, that's a box! That is a box. With money. Oh, it's got 45 cents. No, we're no longer at 69. 69. Damn it. What's this? No boat in the boathouse today. Section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Wow, really? Oh! Magnesium and oversized superstar sunglasses! You're damn fucking right. We're a superstar now, motherfuckers. We are the greatest superstar to ever step foot. Hold on. There's a thing over here. What is this? Another 45 cents. God damn it. Alright, what's this? This is a... Okay, I thought that was a tree stump. It is not. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes and are crumb... Oh, hello? Who are you? The buoy and the bulbs in the water. Marking on it says 11. A patch of reeds over there. It's a great place to hide something. Kind of, out of the way, being close to the water. Wait, I can't see anything interesting. You don't have a reason to yet. What is this about? Nothing, just a hunch. The hunch passes by, leaving you there. By the old buoy bobbing in the water. Time to go. What the... What? But... Okay. No, that's fine. You soggy log smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't be lighting up. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. People are starting to wake up. People are staring. Think, wake up. Yeah, hi man, how's it? Who are you? Gary the Crypto Fascist. Oh. I'm going to bed. Ciao, goodbye. Chappy, unruly. Take care, Orb. Sleep well. What, you scared of Gary the Crypto Fascist? Oh boy. Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer? Yellow man? He turns towards Kim. I mean, officer. The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probing first. I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps. He quickly changes the subject so we can return to civilization. Not a lover of great outdoors? I'm more of a city boy. Not a lover of the great outdoors? I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come out here. Ooh! Oh! Wow. This guy's, Degenerates. This man respects authority too much to see the truth inscribed in his own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue. I'm neither of those things. I can assure you I'm by the books, clean as a whistle officer by the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants. I say with fucking 2 bottles of alcohol and 2 balls of speed on me. Yeah, no, I'm a great person. He nods gravely. I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revachol. His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his feet. He pronounces Revachol with a hard K, unlike other people. Revachol. Ah! Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is. You said Revachol. Do you know about the man behind the... This your mug?! My mug? Why would you think that? I can see that you recognize it. It's in your eyes. You seem to be... I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes. I may have had a similar looking mug in the past, that's it. Still, seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching? Alright, I believe you. You're the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer. Still seems suspicious. Okay, I admit it. I threw that mug in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I'm very sorry, officer. He pauses. You're not going to find me, are you? I am! Rip out a fine slip for 20 real! Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, no. What do we do with this? ASMR? Hi, bossy. How you doing? Oh, no. Oh, what do we... Tired, very tired. What's got y'all sleepy? And... 20 real. Okay, I deserve that, and I won't do it again. He accepts a slip of copy paper and with a bow. You have my word. I don't know what got into me, stuffing my garbage in another man's property. I've been having trouble at work lately. The Kojiko's are price dumping us out of the competition. What did you do, Gary? Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law. Alright. How'd you get into the trash container? Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, man who was... How'd you get into it? I know the guy who works with the trash collecting services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key from the trash containers. Why would you need to go into everyone's trash? So I can use the Whirling Rags trash compactor to store my own stuff, he says, bowing shamefully. Like a fallen knight. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hyman's running it like a mob. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself. Disgraced? The lieutenant raises an eyebrow and looks up. No need for histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash compactor. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim in there? Officer, please. He raised both hands. Let me explain. It's not like that. Do! Me and my family went to the farmer's market this morning, and I just lost so much energy that then went to the beach to get ice cream. Now I'm back home. Jow. Good for Jow. What flavor of ice cream did Jow get? Mmm. I did not expect to find one of the most important fucking people in the case just out here in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere lighting a fire. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know. Yes, what happened? Then, I came out to clean out the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash along with the broken mug. Admittedly. He changed his mind mid-sentence. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and well, I threw the mug in there in the clothes too. Jow didn't get ice cream? I tried to spell now and I couldn't. Ice cream, wow! Oh my lord. Having a little bit of a trouble there, aren't you, bossy? Right, just civic duty. Lieutenant remarks drolly. I can't spell? Don't worry. Spelling comes to the Shattered Neon 500 streams to die a miserable death. Exactly, that's exactly what it was. Civic duty. The fuck was that? As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks and clanking of glass beads against one another as they roll across the hardwood floor. You hear this sound before, but where? What was that strange sound? What sound? Clinking. Just heard it when you moved. Really? He fans his arms around slowly, as if this time his motions are soundless. There's a lot of weird stuff going around out here through the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby. Every day the wind shifts reeds, and whatever was left in them, tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles, the smell of decay. Have a good nap, bossy. Sounds like you need it. Take care. You wouldn't know about the victim's missing armor, would you? Armor? No. He changed his mind. I mean, yes, of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. Let's move on for now. Woo! He's got the armor. He's got pieces of the fucking armor on him. Oh, man. We found such an important fucking witness to the case. Holy shit. You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kisaragi. Not many, Sailites here, or anywhere other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly. Do you have a problem with Sailites? Lieutenant is a native of Revachol. Yes, what are they doing? Lieutenant is a native of Revachol. Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. He flashes an impenetrable smile. Let's change the subject, okay? You a cryptozoologist too? No. I help Morel with research sometimes, but I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics. Oh, the fucking word picnics got me. Like on my own. You know anything about the Hanged Man? Told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug. I have nothing to do with any of that. He shifts uncomfortably in his clothes. Uncomfortable shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. Something else. You said Revachol. I like to pronounce it the hard way, the old way, the Vespertine way. He nods solemnly. He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps? It's odd. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably. We'll come back to this. Thank you for your cooperation. We'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna save. God damn. Ooh. Well then. Hey, bucko.
Here we go, nice and easy. No way, little guys, not at this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground, which the man has been arranging some netting. Looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, it's police. Hello, officers.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance. Your wife sent me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for passing that message along. Oh, that damn water lock is broken. We can't go all the way around the 81.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with a motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back. Water lock has been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it. Withhold the whole story. Yep. We don't want to ruin our rep like that.
Ah, good. We should be getting back, Gary. Could use some hot water and warm beds.
Did he say we could go back now?
Yes, Gary, we can go soon. He turns to you. If you see her, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid's taking the bait. And we're going.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. For all his passion, this man is a diligent and patient. You could learn a thing from him. Tell me about this phasmid. Tell me more about these traps. Lena seems pretty eager for you to return. How'd you become a cryptozoologist? Have you noticed anything off about your friend Gary?
Huh? No, of course not. Why?
You sure?
Well,
he lowers the voice.
he's been a bit, unenthusiastic about the trip. More so than usual. But that's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
He doesn't want to say it, but it is unusual for Gary. Yeah. Can't breathe. Bleh. It is unusual. Gary's been to the jungle with him, to places way more challenging to the coast. Why is he so eager to go home? Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been here knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
Why is it so difficult to find?
Good question, being a phasmid, or other phasmodia. Ghost insect. It's disguised itself like plant matter, in this case reeds.
He looks around.
Awful lot of reeds around here, ain't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators. No, scientists, in our present case.
What sort of specialized techniques are the what kind?
It's my hypothesis. It's evolved in a certain electrochemical defenses allowed to interfere with animal perception. The impeding pattern of recognition confuses the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolve without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid. How big is he?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid called the megaphasmodium.
That one. That one, yeah.
Is the size of a grown man's forearm.
So, here's the conclusion up to you. Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Doesn't seem to be colorful as some other cryptids I've been hearing about.
Typical rookie assumption.
He flashed you a sideways smile.
Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those universal zoology.
Universe in zoology give them credit for.
even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would,
How did I get Insulindian?
would be the apex of any cryptozoologist career. Will the study has its defenses and find out how it stayed hidden so long? He shook his head.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen. So all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one.
Not yet.
He holds up an index finger.
That's what makes it a cryptid.
The lieutenant interjects. Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof it exists, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist said, brusquely, even though he seemed to have taken aback by it. It's clear that this man's obsession with the phasmid is driven by something far more pure, by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean,
He says, gathering himself.
I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than just superstition.
Lena said there's been sightings of it here, in Martinez.
Yeah, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. Their first credible sighting was in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for the species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe it died out.
I have to resist that thought.
He shakes his head vigorously.
Such an extraordinary creature was doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to have been capable of parthenogenesis.
The means of asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive. It's pretty clever. The male deficient is a deficient life form. The world will be better off if women didn't need men to reproduce. Oh no. Female reproducing without male is a travesty, a crime against passion and common sense. This arouses no special feelings in me.
Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest in this is strictly dispassionate.
So, tell me more about these traps.
Well,
He points at a cage of mesh and wiring on the ground. No.
they may not look impressive, but Leonard designed them to be quite clever, so I'm sure they do the trick.
Lena designed the traps? How do the traps work? What do they use as bait? Let me ask you something. She designed them?
Yes!
He says with some pride. How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locust, phasmid crawls down into the funnel, and having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least that was the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the species' delicate exoskeleton.
What's the bait?
Locusts!
He gestures towards the trap.
Nearly all known phasmid are herbivores. Of course, but we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the trap, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of an ambush behavior? This seems unlikely. A carnivorous stick insect? Seems unlikely.
Thanks for your opinion. We've also included plant materials in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one. What do you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis using locusts as bait accounting for the failure of the previous efforts.
Dude, gee, hello, Pending.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Pending. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Nice.
I saw my grandmother.
Oh, nice. How they doing?
Yeah. They're doing well.
Nice.
I don't know how it came up exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We were the topic of diet.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I mentioned, like, I have a friend who's never eaten soup.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother didn't understand how that was possible.
Her and many others.
And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't eat chocolate either. And she's like, is he allergic to dairy? I'm like, no, he just doesn't eat it. And she's like, I don't understand why.
The I don't understand why is probably one of the most.
It just goes to show you that someone can live almost 100 years and still be surprised by people.
I am certainly full of surprises.
Yeah,
How you doing, Pending?
pretty well. How's the streaming going?
No, it's been going good. Pending. Do you remember the racist mug?
Okay, you gotta be more specific. Oh wait, the mug.
The mug, yes. Do you remember the racist mug?
Yeah.
We found its fucking owner. It's this guy back here. This guy is a cryptozoologist, and he's talking about trapping the bug insect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
So.
he very racist? I'm assuming he's very racist.
Oh, he literally called Kim Yellow Man to his face.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's a lot of racist people in this city.
We found 3.
You know what? I guess that's actually not that many.
Yeah.
It's unusual to find, like, racist people in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that there's 3, I guess, is like, it just makes it seem like it's a large sample size. But yeah, I guess 3 in a city is actually not that big.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of different people.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. He's a cryptozoologist.
Yeah, the other guy is called a crypto fascist. It is a
What is a crypto fascist? Like, I
a
understand both
racist
of those words.
cryptozoologist.
So, okay.
Yeah. I don't think they actually believe in fascism. I think fascism is just being used as shorthand here for this guy is using it as terrible belief structure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems so.
Especially when it's used for us.
Yeah.
So, Pending, how do you think this guy became a cryptozoologist?
He was given that hat,
God.
and then, oh, okay. I guess we're gonna find out.
I've just liked animals. And puzzles. And searching for cryptids. It's a bit of both.
I mean, fair. I guess that's true.
Yeah. You want to take suggestion?
Sure. He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up if you prod a little.
So you living your childhood dream out here? Why not be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzles too. Ain't that about the truth?
Yeah, like, we're animals, and Shad's a puzzle.
You saw the dunk happening. You were like, I gotta go for it. I gotta go for it.
Look.
Mm-hmm.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So you just gotta keep firing. at all cylinders.
Absolutely.
That's how you win the big game. That's how you bring home the trophy.
Yep. Just like the who's the Toronto hockey team?
The Maple Leafs.
Yeah, just like them, right? Right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
They do things.
They
I don't know.
Do those things include winning a game?
What time of year are we talking about? Because if we're talking about regular season, then yeah, they can win a lot of those.
Have they won a tournament in the last 20 years?
The Maple Leafs?
Yes.
Okay, so a little bit of context. The championship, like, because I know you're not particularly into hockey, to win it all means to claim the Stanley Cup. That is the trophy, right?
Yes, that is the big hockey tournament victory thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's called the playoffs. But yes, it is the big hockey tournament thing. So, how long ago do you think it's likely been since the Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup? Like, if you could just guess at the year that the last won the Stanley Cup.
Was Wayne Gretzky in the Maple Leafs?
He was not. He was with Edmonton, then he was with Los Angeles. He also spent a brief period of time with St. Louis.
Okay.
And then I believe he finished his career with the New York Rangers. I don't think he played for anyone other than those four teams.
I'm going to guess they won the Stanley Cup. The last time they won the Stanley Cup was before 2000.
You're correct. It happened before 2000.
Oh no.
Do you want to try to be?
Yes. Okay. You know what? Let's say the last time they won was. I'm gonna be generous here and say 94.
No, that is incorrect. Unfortunately, the New York Rangers, won the cup in '94. With Marc Messier. It was
okay.
Yeah.
So, when was the last time the Leafs won the Stanley Cup?
1967.
Oh my god!
Yes. It happened basically 2 decades before I was born.
Holy shit!
Yes.
How do you fail something for, like, I can imagine they have, like, had, are they still using the same people they had in 64?
67.
67?
I mean, no, they're not. Many of those are dead.
I mean, them being corpses would explain why they didn't win.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But no, they have a new batch of people. I mean, on the management side, they're currently owned by Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, which is a joint venture between Rogers and Bell. People outside of Canada might not be familiar with Rogers and Bell, but basically those are the two major telecom companies in Canada. They came together to buy the Maple Leafs.
That was a pretty bad deal, all things considered.
Well, so it depends on how you look at it, because if you're looking at it in the sense that they have not won a thing, then yeah, it hasn't worked out. But if you're looking at it in the sense of, did Bell and Rogers turn a profit, then they have turned a profit. So they're probably okay with their investment. Before it was owned by Rogers and Bell, it was owned by, I'm going to need to sneeze in a second.
Yeah, no, take your sneeze.
Okay, it seems to be going away.
Okay.
It was owned by the Ontario Pension Plan.
What?
Yeah.
The
Oh, teacher's pension plan. I should specify. Teacher's pension.
what?
Yeah.
That's
You might not be aware of this, but the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan is a massive investment.
I mean, it there's a lot to unpack in that specific sentence.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna start this one by one. So, the people who hold money for the teachers
Yes.
for their retirement
Yes.
is spending that same money
On
on
the Toronto Maple
hockey teams.
Well, so I mean, they sold the Maple Leafs at this point.
I mean,
But
yes, they did, but at some point in our history,
So basically, how it works is the teachers of Ontario pay money into the pension plan board,
right.
and that board, amongst other things, invest that money so that the money will grow to help facilitate the paying of the teacher's pension.
Right.
Do
Which
you want
makes-
to get,
Mhm.
do you want to guess at the net assets of the Ontario, the value of the pension plan's assets for the Ontario teachers as of December 31st, 2023?
What kind of assets would they have?
Mostly like stock investments and that kind of thing.
Okay. It would. Oh, I'm going to guess $5 million.
Keeping in mind that they owned. Well, I guess you do have no concept of.
I have no
much,
context of how much a hockey team is actually worth now.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah.
But so I'll just tell you. Well,
Like, my first guess was like, oh, it's got to be like $1 billion, right? And then I was thinking for a minute, it's like, $1 billion is a lot of money.
you are correct that $1 billion is a lot of money, and you would have been wrong at $1 billion because that is nowhere close to how much they're worth.
Oh.
They are worth $247 billion.
Oh!
They have investments in more than 50 countries and a broad array of assets. I'm reading this, by the way, directly off of the Ontario Teachers.
Yeah. You know, there gets to be a little bit of a, like, a knee-jerk reaction in me where it's like, teachers are still complaining about getting how much money? But then you think about it for a little bit, and it's like, right, it's pension plan, so you don't actually get that money until, like...
Until retirement.
And
I mean,
so...
I can't speak to the specifics of it. My understanding is the Ontario teachers do get a pretty good pension out of this.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I would hope they do.
yeah.
Like,
And
it's
I mean,
one province, and it's $200 billion?
247 billion. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
as an aside, like, in terms of, like, a pension group, or like one of these kind of savings groups investing and growing their investments, the Ontario pension plan is one of the most successful globally. I've seen videos where, like, other places have taken the Ontario pension plan and tried to replicate their success. Like, for example, when Norway discovered oil and was in a situation where, hey, our country is about to come into a lot of money. How do we handle this money in a way that benefits the country and people? Because oil money can be a double-edged sword.
Yes, it can be a major double-edged sword.
Yeah. So a country wants to be careful to make sure that the oil revenues are used in a good way. So they looked, amongst other things, at the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan as like kind of a model of, okay, we should take this money, we should set it aside, and we should focus on investments, so that even when someday the oil money dries up, we still have the long-term benefits of this money.
Right.
We needed this money to do other things, and hopefully it'll.
It's not
provide
just
us with more.
it's not just a well we're like taking out of with no actual put back in.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are people that know more about this than me. So there are things I could be wrong about here, absolutely.
But
my
for broad
understanding-
strokes,
my understanding is that Norway has done a pretty good job managing its oil wealth.
yeah. Yeah,
So-
that seemed...
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely a very interesting story.
Yeah. But yeah, so Maple Leafs not doing so well.
Yeah, when you can have people in, like, what, their 60s now? I want to say... No, wait. Yeah, I want to say,
Yeah.
60s, maybe even 80s, if I'm just, like, napkin mathing this.
It's been about 60 years since their last Stanley Cup win. You got to figure that a child born when they won the Stanley Cup has no particular recollection of it.
A child born when they... Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
you would have had to have been at least, like, highballing this for memory. You would have had to have at least been, like, 10 to understand that the Leafs won the Stanley Cup. You'd be, like, 70 if you remembered the last time the Leafs won the Stanley Cup.
To provide some context,
Mm-hmm.
the Blue Jays won the World Series in 1993.
Respectable.
born-
That's, like, what? That's a little around 30 years?
Yeah, exactly. When they did it, I was like 8-ish. And
Yeah.
I have a vague memory of them winning. I have a vague memory. Like, I didn't appreciate the win at the time. but
So
I
even
remember
if somebody
watching
was
part of the game.
10, like, like an actual sports fan around the time, like, being 20 would be 80 now.
Yes.
That is crazy to think about.
Yeah. And as for, like, players, because the
Mhm.
players would have been adults. So let me just quickly glance at what, like, okay, let's look at,
the average age for what a hockey player was in, like, the 60s?
well, for example, let's just take the leading scorer of the 1967 team that won that cup.
Right.
So that would be Dave Keon. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name.
I
He
thought
was
you were going to
20
say Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. He was 26 at that time. He's 84 now.
Whew. Yeah.
84, and he was on the team when the Maple Leafs last won the cup. And he wasn't like super old at that time. 26 is
No, he
is
wouldn't
not-
have been. Like,
yeah, 26 is not like young for a hockey player, but it's not old for a hockey player either. It's like that's like the age where you're, or at least nowadays, that's like the age where you're like in your young part of the prime
yeah.
of your career.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, so it's it's wild.
Why do people still like root for the Maple Leafs when they have that terrible of a loss streak on the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Because people root for their city. So like
But
people grow up being Maple Leafs fans. So the popularity of the Maple Leafs has less to do with their performance and more to do with the proportion of people in Toronto that are hockey.
like, I would be embarrassed to say I'm a Maple Leafs fan
Oh,
to any other hockey player.
it's not as if they're proud of their team. They're Maple Leafs fans are well aware.
Okay. Okay.
bad
They're not
their
living in some like I mean, some probably are, but it's like I look at this and it's like at least they're not living in some grand delusion of like maybe this year they'll win. And it's like, my man, you have literally never seen them win.
Yeah. No, they're. I mean, like, I wouldn't say that they go into the season with no hope, but they're well aware of what the Leafs are, and it has become something of a joke. Where,
Gotcha.
Like, failure is considered the Leafs' way.
Gotcha. No, because I was looking at this and it's like there's rooting for the underdog, and then there's rooting for the dog that was buried 6 feet underground.
Yeah. It's not just failure either. It's providing false hope and then like losing in the most emotionally damaging way possible.
Oh yeah,
like-
because I'm not a hockey fan, but didn't they do something like even though they would have won their match, they would have still lost, no matter what?
So
sorry, we're derailing to do the hockey trivia, guys, but this is interesting. This complete abject failure of a team.
To give like a taste of context.
Oh, a little speckle of context.
Yeah. So this year in the playoffs, in the first round,
yeah,
how a playoff series works in the NHL is it's a best of 7, which means the first team to win 4 games advances to the next round because
right.
It's 7. If you win 4 games, then you have therefore guaranteed that you would win a majority of the 7. There's no point in playing any more games at that point, so they just advance to the next round. So Toronto was facing Boston. They were down in their series 3-1. So Boston had won. Toronto rallies back, wins games 5 and 6. So now the series is tied at 3-all. We're in to game 7 now.
Right.
In game 7, they take the lead in the third period, bringing them up 1-0. Less than 2 minutes later, Boston ties it.
Right.
So we're now 1-all. Boston then wins it in overtime. So after overcoming a 3-1 deficit and taking a third period lead in the decisive game, Toronto ends up still losing and being eliminated.
That is sad.
That would be sad on its own.
Oh no. Why is there more?
It's happened before against Boston. Twice before. Toronto, there was one time where Toronto was down 3-1 in a first round series against Boston, rallied back, tied the series at 3-3, was up 4-1 in the third period, the final period of that game, ended up losing that game. Toronto has no limit to how badly they can rip defeat out of the jaws of victory.
They could put they could board up their net so no pucks would get in and they'd still find a way to lose.
Funny you should talk about that.
What do you mean, funny? I should... How? That was the stupidest thing I could come up with. Don't tell me the Leafs managed to lose a victory that is unlosable.
Are you familiar with what a Zamboni is?
I'm very familiar with a Zamboni, yes.
Okay. Quickly, for anyone who's not familiar, a Zamboni is basically just the machine that they drive across the ice to clean the ice in between periods.
It's the size of like 4 fridges stacked together on their side.
So there is a person that needs to drive the Zamboni. That's a Zamboni driver. It's it's a job.
It's a job.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It has nothing particularly to do with hockey except to say
There's a guy who cleans the rink.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to like think of it like the janitor of the ring, basically.
Well, it's a caretaker of the field, I guess, is a
Sure,
good word
yeah.
for it.
So there is so every team needs a Zamboni driver, obviously.
Yeah.
So and minor league teams need Zamboni drivers too. The Toronto Maple
Yeah.
Leafs have a minor league team called the Toronto Marlies. The they're like the team. They're like the team. The Marlies are like the players that are trying to become good enough to make the pro team, to make the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, they're good.
So these
Hey,
are Zamboni.
Pending.
Yeah.
Do you, like, out of context, do you remember that VTuber group that Carve was going on about a while back?
Yes.
Where it was like this whole pyramid scheme so you could get into another pyramid scheme of VTubers, allegedly?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah? This is starting to sound a little bit familiar.
I mean, well, pro sports is about like farm teams, so you have like a lesser team that there is some parallels there, yes.
The more you think about it, you're like, wait a minute.
I mean, they're trying to be good enough to make the main team, basically.
I mean, yeah.
That's how it works. It's a question of talent mostly. Like, are you skilled enough to play at the NHL level? Not quite yet. Okay, you play at the AHL level, the second tier.
Okay, but do the AHL people have a bunch of money that goes into a pile that gets spread out evenly across the lower talent?
No, I mean the AHL doesn't really make that much money. The AHL exists mostly just to train players in the hopes that they'll eventually make the NHL.
Gotcha. So they don't pay them at all, is what I'm hearing.
No, they get a salary. They do get paid.
Okay.
Yeah. The best AHL players will make a pretty decent earning.
Okay.
It's not like the best AHL players could potentially make 6 figures a year.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But at any rate, the minor league team obviously also needs a Zamboni driver.
Okay, right, yeah.
Because they're playing on ice, they need someone to clean their ice.
Yeah.
So the NHL has this rule where you need to have a goaltender. You need to have a healthy body in the net. They don't need to be a good goaltender, but you need a healthy body in the net. So teams carry 2 goaltenders.
Mm-hmm.
If it turns out that one of your goaltenders gets injured during the game, then you need like potentially another goaltender. Or if your goaltender gets injured before the game, you might need just someone to sit on the bench, just in the unlikely situation that your remaining goaltender gets hurt. So, as a matter of course,
I don't like where this is going.
As a matter of course, you have someone sit in like the press box,
Right.
who has been designated as that game's emergency backup goaltender.
Right.
That person's job is basically just to be a warm body, because the emergency backup goaltender is seldom ever needed.
Yes.
And even in the rare instances where they are needed, they're just needed to like go down and warm a team's bench, basically.
Right.
So you just assign whoever to be the emergency backup goaltender.
Mm-hmm.
And that person is for either team. Because they're not associated with either team specifically. They're just there to be a warm body if a warm body is required for the game.
Right.
So the Zamboni driver for the Toronto Marlies, the minor league team, is
Sleep
asked,
well,
"Hey,
Rambo.
Sleep well. Hey, do you want to be the emergency backup goaltender for a Maple Leafs game? And it's like free tickets and free food." And they're like, "Yeah, but why not?"
Mm-hmm.
So they do that. One of the goaltenders for the opposing team, the team that's opposing the Toronto Maple Leafs, is injured. So
Right.
he's asked to warm the bench for that team. So of course, like that's what he does. Then their other goaltender gets injured.
Oh.
With like a period left to play.
Oh, no.
So it's not even like a little bit of time left. There's a significant amount of time left. This guy's job is to drive the Zamboni.
Oh, no.
For the minor league team. This is the minor league Zamboni driver.
Right?
He is now in the net for the opposing team. The Toronto Maple Leafs lose this game.
What do you mean they couldn't get a goal on a Zamboni driver?
They lose to the Zamboni driver who works for their minor league team. He was 42 years old.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up if you prod a bit.
Yeah.
So you're living your childhood dream out here?
Oh, it's not just child's play. I have to trapeze through the mud every so often.
His eyes narrow. Why not just become a regular zoologist?
Real?
He scoffs at the concept.
I know you think one is a respectable profession while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
I mean, you're literally hunting cryptids. That's the whole name.
Yes.
It's just the whole name.
Yes.
I don't know, it's a profession like any other. Honestly, being a cryptozoologist trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do. Cryptozoology does seem like a lot of wishful thinking. What are we thinking?
I mean, I feel like one is like the most diplomatic response. I feel like feel like Dubois could absolutely say 2, but I don't know. It feels like a little bit of a dunk on other people.
You think Harry wouldn't dunk on other people?
You know what? That's entirely fair. Like, he would.
He saw the ball. Humph. A hum and a nod.
My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence, and I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
And has anything ever truly surprising happened to you?
I have yet to catch a cryptid, if that's what you're getting at, but I have come this close.
What kind of evidence do you use?
Everything from a forgotten regional law.
I thought I read that over a little bit just in my head at first, and I thought it was forgotten ritual.
Forgotten ritual, yeah.
And I'm just like,
I mean, that would work too.
To newspaper accounts like the one that brought us here to look for the Phasmid, I keep a very open mind, except if I'm wrong. I'm never wrong.
He's interested in things that people believe scientists don't. Actually, why am I reading this? Pending, you take it.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough?
Most establishment scientists only care about their reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both in field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
You know, I think these two get really well together along. I think these two go well together now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have never discovered a cryptid?
No, very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So how many cryptids have been found in general?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoology Society of Kremnon, which is 4,082 items long. About 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
I see.
2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in different stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection. 2. Yes, the Chartanquil forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who's honestly quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so than even the public. Most cryptids are hoaxes, or they're never found. That doesn't mean we should stop searching.
2 out of 4,000 is not even 1%. Not approvingly. Then the Insulindian phasmid will be the 3rd. I don't even know what to say. That is a small number of discoveries.
I feel like, given what we said before, number 2 is like the nodding approvingly. Like, we seem to be...
The phasmid will be the 3rd.
Yeah.
Indeed. He does not smile. Just looks at you in the eye. It's a forceful gaze.
If your expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on that. From Revistol to Darshita, it'll be a zoological miracle.
The hair arms stand up. Electricity. Sounds like reeds hissing.
Thanks,
I
Shivers.
don't know what that means.
Thanks, Shivers.
He clearly has done his math on this. There's no surprise in him or swaying his opinion.
Thanks, man. That's great.
Yes?
Hey, your wife is pretty eager for you to come home.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave yet before we finish with these trips. My wife understands it just as well as anyone.
He looks south to where Lena would be. Come on, Moral. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the trips? Absolutely not, he yells in response. I won't let Lena down.
Oh, come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let that down. Sounds like Crypto shares a special
You are cutting out there, Pending.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Is this any better? Can you hear me?
Say some sentences.
Hello?
Hello.
Won't let Lena down.
Mhm.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Am I cutting out?
You're not cutting out, but
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you want to try disconnecting and reconnecting to the VC?
Okay, let me give that a shot.
Yeah. Oh.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Okay, it looks like that fixed it because everything is actually synced up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that is good news.
Yeah.
Alright. Hopefully it stays synced.
Hopefully.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like cryptozoologists' wives share a special connection to the plasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Oh, Phasmin.
Yeah. Come on, you're doing this for yourself, not her.
I don't know.
Do we go on with his tirade or call him out on it?
Well, we could go along. We seem to be going along so far.
Yeah, let's go.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting on records. Only one of 4 in this century, and it's hers!
Really? She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes, it's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
He coughs, then continues.
Needless to say, you must ask her about this mysterious phasmid.
Yes. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Another cough into his fist this time. How do you cough into your fist? That's... What?
Well, you're covering your mouth with your fist.
Okay, because I was imagining it like a fist coming on straight at your face like a punch.
Oh, no.
Not like the actual, like, coughing into the side of your hand thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Because it's like, when you say a fist, my mind goes into a, is someone getting punched straight on sort of deal, or?
I see, yeah.
Yes.
No, I think in this case, a fist is just referring to, like, clenched fingers. Like a fist shake that you're making.
Maybe you should go back to the whirling and warm up. Come back and check the traps later? Or, okay, I understand. I don't give up on things easy either. You should give up on this bug hunt.
Definitely not 2.
No.
I don't feel like 1 would work because his friend already kind of tried to talk him into 1 and he was very resistant to that.
Yeah.
So I feel like 3 is probably the way to go for now, and to talk to Lena to, like,
yeah, we'll see. Maybe she has something.
Yeah.
Good. Good quality there for both a police officer and experimental zoologist.
Okay, so one thing I have noticed, though, is I'm going to save. We'll talk to him in a bit, because something tells me if we talk to him more, he'll get both of them to leave. I don't want them to leave right yet.
Okay.
Mostly because this little guy is hiding something from us.
Oh.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. Why was Gary sniffing around an 8%?
I mean, that's possible.
Well, at least it instantly shows us our failure.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so what else do we want to talk about, Pending?
What have you been up to the past couple of days?
Yeah, a little bit of editing, a little bit of stuff. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and all that jazz got Kyrie's commission to work on, and that'll be done soon-ish.
I don't suppose you saw the Aurora Borealis.
No, where I am, there's too much light pollution.
Same. I tried to look for it yesterday, but didn't really see anything of note. But
Yeah.
I suspect that's due to light pollution. I guess if we were to see it, we would have to, like, go somewhere at night to try to get a good look.
Or, you know, go to the Aurora Borealis located entirely in that one guy's kitchen.
Yeah, that would be the way to go. Do you remember that brief period of time when, like, there was that person's channel that was, like, AI generated?
Oh god, I remember
dinner skits?
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a couple of friends were really into it for like an afternoon, and they were like quoting it. You can even go to one of them and just go Skinner, and they'll do it back.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea of it was fun, but the problem was it was a bit too repetitive.
I mean, of course it would be a bit too repetitive. It's endlessly created content. It's never going to be like
and on top
up
of
there.
that, I think that was another one of those ones that ended up getting banned.
I don't doubt it.
Like the one that was making Seinfeld sketches ended up getting banned because eventually the Seinfeld bot said something inappropriate.
I mean, of course it would.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if it didn't.
I mean, this is why Beetle has a filter on Neurosama.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and actually, like of all like the AI generated content stuff that sprouted up at that time, I think
Yeah.
Neuro's the only one that has kind of thrived.
I
And I think
would say so too. Like I don't watch Neuro
I
or any of them at
don't-
all. They appear on my feed a lot, which is how I know they're still around, but they're
Yeah.
just not really my cup of tea.
I'll watch clips. I don't
even watch
like
clips.
Yeah.
Like-
I do watch clips.
Like I
them.
at this point it's nothing against them personally. I just don't like AI content in general.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. And I don't know. if
Mostly
there's-
because of what happened with the Seymour sketches and that jazz. It's like
Yeah.
this stuff sort of gets predictable after a while if you know what you're looking for.
Well, I will give him credit for like coming up with different ideas.
Oh yeah,
of
absolutely.
How to utilize it so as to keep things fresh.
Yeah. I would say the way I enjoy AI content to actually be made is sort of like how Doug does it.
Doug, I think, is like probably the pinnacle of that because he like more than anyone else finds creative ways
Yeah.
to do it.
Like
And he,
like throwing chat against an AI representation of famous historical figures in a game of chess or
Yeah.
something.
or having an AI see if it can beat Pajama Sam.
Yeah. Did you actually see that he put that video up to a film festival?
I did, yeah.
Like the fact that he like edited out all like aspects of the Pajama Sam thing is one thing, but the fact that he could just do that and be like, yeah, here's my video. It's an AI playing Pajama Sam for like 3 hours of cut down content. God,
that is commitment to the bits.
that is commitment to the bit on the largest scale possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Doug does a pretty good job of that stuff, and in part because, like, in contrast to like the Aurora Borealis skits and
They're not
like,
even
the
Simpsons
Seinfeld thing.
anymure. They're just the Aurora Borealis skits.
Yeah, exactly. And like the Seinfeld thing and all that. Like those are using AI to generate content. Doug more uses it as like an extension to help him with the content.
Yes.
Like, he is still driving the content forward,
Mhm.
and to an extent, Chad is driving the content forward.
Yes,
And the
absolutely.
AI is just a tool in which to do
it's
that.
it's
in
like
a new
OBS
way.
or something.
Yeah. So I think that's why it works, and as an extension of that, like he does like plenty of streams that have nothing to do with AI
Yeah.
as well, because he has like a lot of different ideas.
Mhm.
A lot of them do have to do with coding in one way or another. Like he'll make mods of games and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think that speaks to his background as a programmer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, he does silly challenges. Like I remember watching him do a stream where he was playing Elden Ring, but he made this mod so that he was hooked up to a heart rate monitor, and if his heart rate reached a certain level, a meteor would spawn up to hit him.
Yes, I remember him also doing something for GTA that was similar, where he had to keep like a certain level of composure. I think one of my favorite things he's done was GTA 5, but he can't say certain words.
Yes, he did I didn't see the GTA 5 one. I saw the one that he did with Skyrim. That was the same concept.
Yes.
Where like, for example, if he said the word dragon,
dragons would spawn.
Yeah, exactly. So, he was playing it, and then he would respond to like the text to speech chat messages at the same time.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
We did it! Finally! Holy crap! That shirt looks very uncomfortable. Oh wait, this is you. What am I doing?
Oh, that sure looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons. Barely keeping things to get barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
His massive musculature! Something
Yeah,
worn
no.
underneath?
Yeah, no, he's got the
He
secret
is
of this guy.
ripped. This
He
guy
has
who
extraordinary pectorals.
this guy who looks thinner than Kim hits the
Yeah.
4x4 every damn afternoon.
Yeah.
Something worn
I'm gonna
underneath
guess
it?
it's something. Yes. Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear. I knew you'd figure me out, officer! He sighs heavily. Oh yeah, totally. We instantly figured you out.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. He unbuttons his shirt. I was ashamed of what I did. I didn't want you to know. You see gleaming white ceramic underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Ooh.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morville, I've got apologizing to do. No, you've got
No.
explaining to. Oh right, yeah, this is also you.
I mean, if you want to say
No. By all means, you do Kim far better than any of us.
No, you've got explaining to do. The lieutenant's tone is icy.
Give me that armor now. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash? Why'd you lie to me, Glary? Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I think starting with 4 is a bit too aggressive. Maybe 3 to start with to ease him into it.
Why'd you lie to me, Gary? Because I was weak, he says, staring at nothing in particular. I should have told you the moment I saw you, but...
The hell, Gary? You're in trouble?
I'll explain later. He doesn't muster up the strength to yell. Whoops. Okay, why'd you really put those clothes in the trash?
Yeah.
Everyone was picking up those pieces of him. I was watching them do it. They were scattered all his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. He looks at his feet. So I went there to take out my trash, and I just started cleaning up all those rags on the ground and swinging there, and he swallows. I had a lapse of order, sir. I thought he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped him off him. It was early in the morning, so no one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. I had known it. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have. His lips start quivering. Fuck.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone. It's okay. The lieutenant jots something down in his notebook. It was a Elysium, and you're all tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you a yellow man. He says silently. Solid officers commanded in the Suzerain Navy. Most of them side with the king, and he shakes his head.
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Alright, give me the armor.
Oh, nice.
He sighs again, hanging his head and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's body comes into view. As soon as it's in your hands, smelling of his sweat. All right.
Yeah,
Now we're done here. We don't need it anymore.
We may as well ask him. I doubt he has an answer.
Do you know who killed the hangman, Gary? I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hard asses lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. Wish I could tell you more. He shakes his head.
This is all he knows.
Are we
Okay.
done? Are we done here, Gary? Oh, I got an achievement. The goodest of all good cops.
Nice.
Yes, I will absolutely never do anything like this again. He looks around, relieved of some burden, his mouth still quivering. Thanks for your cooperation, Gary.
All right.
Well, it's
go.
actually a fucking piece of... Thanks, Gary!
We immediately put it
We
on ourselves.
immediately put it on ourselves. We
Gary's
have lost
Gary's just like, but why?
pain. We have lost empathy by wearing this.
Understandably so.
Put back on our mesh tank top.
Yeah.
Oh god, what a... Oh, also, we found oversized superstar sunglasses.
Oh, nice. Wait, go back to the undersized superstar.
Yes.
Thing?
Hold on, I was just doing some stuff. Yeah?
Why did he lower our visual calculus?
Because it's hard to see. They're too big, and they're too dark. This is your own stardom, dazzling in your eye. Can't bear to look at your own fabulous reflection in the mirror? Then these classic oversized sunglasses are for you. See,
Nice.
we literally can't see out of them.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. The fact that this is even a thing we can wear. Oh my god. Alright, well. This was certainly a interesting day. We got a little
Yeah.
bit done.
Yeah.
We found that loose end.
Yep, we found a loose end. I derailed the stream for a little bit.
Yep, I mean, hey, it wouldn't be a stream involving you if you didn't. I'd be ashamed if you didn't.
And yeah, we know for next time to talk to his wife and see
Yeah.
about the story.
We also got to talk to the other wife.
Yeah.
We found both of the husbands.
Yeah.
The other husband is the body on the dock.
We are Harry Dubois, husband finder.
Thank goodness we're not Harry Dubois, wife finder.
Can you go to collage for just a second? I don't know what that is. Oh, never mind. Exit that then.
Thank you! We'll look at collage after we beat the game.
Yeah.
That is probably the best prompt we could have ever gotten.
Yeah, no, that was right for the game to warn us of that.
It's like, hey, don't go here.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah, I guess that's endgame related stuff.
It might just contain everything in the game at some
Maybe
level.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, pending. Thank you for coming by the stream. I hope you had a
thank you.
great time.
Thank
Was
you
there-
for having me.
You've been away for the last week.
Yeah, I've been dog/house sitting the last week. But I have completed that, so
You are no longer sitting on a house.
yeah. So streams will resume again.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Yeah. What kind of streams are coming back?
Well, on Tuesday, tentatively Rinka.
Ooh, I have emotions regarding that. I don't know whether or not they're good or bad.
and then on Thursday, Tales of Vesperia.
Okay, I have a question about that for
Yep.
you. Has that
Go
game
for it.
ever crashed on you guys?
I don't think so.
Okay, because like I had heard that game on PC was prone to crashing, and I've just been thinking to myself, I really, really want to play it again.
It hasn't given me performance troubles The thing that sometimes is finicky is the Steam Remote Play.
Yeah, no, I am fully aware of Steam Remote Play's bullshit. Kyrie and I had to go through all that shenanigans when we played Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah, so
So I'm
that
honestly
part-
thinking if
that part could be a bit of a I mean, that being said, even though it can be finicky, we've still managed to figure that out and like
yeah.
keep it up. So
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I might I'll think about I'm thinking about doing that one myself because it's been a while since I've done a Tales of game. I think the last one we did was actually the Tales of Symphonia collab. So we might do that. Not to steal your thunder. I'm sure you guys
absolutely,
are.
go for
I'm
it.
sure you guys are actually having a lot of fun over at Tales of Symphonia. Where'd you guys leave off anyway? What was the last thing you guys did?
So we went to the arena. And
Yes. You had the whole Bellius moment, and Judith left
Yeah.
you. I remember I was there for that. Did anything
Yeah.
important happen after that?
Not well. I mean, we're on a boat now.
Right.
And we distracted ourselves because now that we have that boat, we distracted ourselves with a bit of side quest content
Right.
to wrap up the last stream.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I imagine next stream we're gonna kick back off with the story again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Because that's a take the beehive off of Carol's head for the next session.
Oh, really? But he needs to know what he did.
Take the beehive off of Carol's head for the next session. Telling you this as someone who knows what's coming. Just take it off his head.
All right. I'll take the beehive off his head for the next session.
Good. I'm glad you agree.
Mm.
All right. There is no one on that I can raid.
Oh.
So you know what? I'll do the second funniest thing I possibly can.
What is that?
Raiding you.
Okay, I'm not streaming right now.
I know you're not.
But sure, why not?
Yeah, so I'm just going to throw everyone who may or may not still be in the chat at pending stream. That will not be happening.
Well, yeah, no, that's not happening.
Because
But,
it's funny.
Yeah, may as well. Well, I hope you enjoy the chat room.
I hope you also enjoy the chat room. Thank you all so much for coming by, everyone. I hope you had a fantastic
you.
time. I will, of course, be back tomorrow playing, What the fuck do I play on Mondays? It's a new game. Why do I not... What do I play on Mondays?
I don't have this information.
Strider! I'm playing Strider. Oh, my... Playing more
there you
Strider
go.
tomorrow. That'll be fun. And, yeah. Though I will say this pending, you know what? I'll talk to you about it after stream. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good time over in Pending's Twitch channel while it's offline. Guaranteed to be a fun time.
Show that, I guess.
And yeah, take care, everybody. Have a fantastic night, and go follow and subscribe and do all that good shit to Pending.
See you
He makes good
later.
content. Bye bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Where's my... Oh, shit, my buttons ain't working. Oh, actually, my buttons aren't working. Ah, fuck. Oh, no, how do I...
Alright, well, never mind the raid then.
Goodbye, everybody!
Bye.